Yo, what's up? Welcome back. This is Reggie Payne, the Bass Negus, and welcome to the Cutting Session podcast. Today, we have my man, Charlie Wilson, on drums, killing him. And we also got my man, Will Vic. Excuse me, Vic. I don't know why I always add the S. I be messing with the little. I got kids, man. I got kids, bro. Nah, but these are two of my partners from Baltimore area, and they're amazing musicians, as you can see, drums and pianists. So, where can guys, before we even get started real quick, what's your social media?
I'm Wilson _ on drums.
YG. Created by Infinite. Or created by _Infinite. Yep.
Creative by
Creative.
_Infinite.
Yep.
So is that BY or BU?
Yep. So CREATED BY _Infinite. INFINITE.
Awesome.
All that.
Awesome. And y'all know where to find me. On here, the bass niggas. We in the house. Let's go. And, let me turn this mic down. That thing seems like it's clipping. Hey, so, we gonna play some tunes for y'all, and we gonna have some talks. We got some important conversations coming up that'll help you younger musicians as well as help other people understand the music industry. But first, we're gonna start with my boy Jay Tronia's new single, Underwater Dreaming. We're gonna start running that a little bit. Go ahead, take us in there, Will. Yo, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. Again, that was Underwater Dreaming. If you want the full original song, which I am also playing bass on, and of course, he's a good friend of mine, went to Berklee College of Music with me and all that good stuff. Check out his music, Jay Tronia's, and it's Underwater Dreaming. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to talk about competition in music. I don't want to cross my leg. That's not even what I normally would do. You get on camera, start being brand new. But yeah, you just sitting the keyboard there. That's all. Yeah, he didn't realize. All right. So matter of fact, yeah, you just put that volume down there. You can scoot on back in the frame there. Well, a little bit this way. Let me see. I'm gonna scoot this up. Sweet. I want to make sure my boy in the frame. We still, right. You know, getting everything situated. But I'm glad you guys are here. So take the headphones off.
Right.
So competition in music. How you feel about it? Let's start with you.
Competition. I feel I'm on both sides with it. I feel like it's good parts about competition. I feel it's real toxic parts about competition. You know, any way you look at it, it's something to gain from it. I feel like coming up through the trenches, through the criticisms, you know, the being put in situations where, you know, I'm not the best person in the room, so it's somebody to learn from right there, you know what I'm saying? It's somebody that you know, I need to aspire to be, but some people fold under that kind of pressure.
A lot of people do.
And some people don't succeed, or could be, the intimidation could like make them all together not want to play music anymore, because it really cut that deep in like the music scene.
Yeah.
No matter what scene you in, for real. Like, you know, I come from a heavy jazz background, and we call it vibing. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, you know, in gospel scenes, it's crazy. Yeah. People are cutthroat and don't hold no punch. Don't pull no punches when it come to how they feel about your
the visiting church.
Exactly. And that's competition in itself, for real, because you don't want a visiting church to come to your church and outshine you, for real, because y'all gonna be like that funny, for real.
Well, it's your job too.
I mean,
because you know, as a music director, I'm a music director for a church, so if I, you know, not saying that I have to tell my job's secure. I've been there for a long time. They you know. I'm not saying they need me, but we have an understanding that, you know, we're mutually beneficial to each other.
Exactly.
It's not a one-way thing.
Right.
You know, so with that, you know, I also try to secure my job in general. Like, I have a bunch of kids that play with me, and I even teach them the same thing. You know, when it's time to, every time you come, it's time to play. Right. It ain't just about the visiting church. It's time to play, you know, and if you get in that mentality of, you know, same thing as game day. You know, ain't nobody showing up for game day. Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna win today. Get off my team, bro. You can't be on my team.
No, real talk.
Hey, how you feel, Will?
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of staying with Charles. It's a duality to it. Like, I think like it's, you kind of got to play each scenario as they come, almost like a case-by-case basis. Like, I think that, you know, kids shouldn't feel, or up-and-comers, because I feel like there's guys my age, 28, trying to, you know, still up-and-coming.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, more so I feel like when it comes down to figuring out your own way of thinking, and I kind of challenge every musician or anybody who does music to be your own mind. You know what I mean? Think for yourself, speak for yourself. I think the other aspect of it too is that, you know, that competition aspect is what's going to send you home ready to work. Like, I don't think there's any, I mean, I'm sure in any scenario, whether it be sports, whether it be music or entertainment in general, I think majority of us is built off of those moments where we got, you know, just shitted on, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we went back to the crib and we didn't go to sleep for a couple days. You know what I mean? Like,
you went home to practice.
Nigga was like living rent free in your mind, like. And so I think, like, you know, it's a healthy balance that we need. Yeah. In regard to just how we kind of, you know, raise musicians and just be a community around. You know what I mean? So that's my piece, though. Yeah.
Well, my thoughts on it would be, in terms of competition, I view it as absolutely necessary. That is necessary. I don't care, bro. Because from the time I was a child, I've had to compete with adults. Like, you know, if I wanted to play at church, they wouldn't let me play at church because the adults was playing.
Right.
Then also, my best friend was a drummer. A lot better drummer than me, you know, a lot more naturally talented than myself. They also gave him a lot more opportunities to grow.
For sure.
So, you know, the competition wasn't even.
Right.
But, you know, it's, for me, it was just, all right, you told me I couldn't play this. The reason why I learned 11 instruments, I learned 11 instruments growing up. Before I graduated high school, bass is actually the last instrument I learned.
Wow.
I started off a drummer. They wouldn't let me play drums. Start playing piano.
Right.
They wouldn't let me play piano either. Start playing saxophone. Start playing trumpet, trombone, tuba, clarinet, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, and to the point where you couldn't tell me I couldn't play something. You're not going to bring somebody in here on everything.
Right.
Y'all ain't got that type of budget.
Right.
But y'all ain't got that type of budget. Y'all got some space for me to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I can, you know, but that was my thoughts as a child. As I got older, I realized that they weren't going to let me play anyway.
Right.
Because I wasn't. All them family.
Right.
So,
Politics.
yeah. So I learned then sometimes competition isn't always fair. Sometimes it's rigged from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I still like to compete. And because of that, I got in my head, I need to be the best.
Yeah.
Like, at what I do. And that, you know, there's a lot of days I got spankings behind trying to play at church. Listen, my mother tell you, they still remember it at the church for that. They bring it up every time I see her. Boy, your mother used to tear you up, boy. Y'all ain't help. Y'all ain't help at all, bro. Like, y'all just let me get trouble.
Watch me get my
Right. And y'all know it was your son or your nephew who was causing the issue. I ain't even going to go there, though. I ain't even go there to church folk. But,
Yeah. Right.
but, you know, I made sure, you know, I got a good grasp on my skills so nobody could ever tell me I couldn't play again.
Right.
And to this day, even if I don't play for other people, I have enough skill where I go out and go solo.
Yeah.
And I can play by myself and make a living.
Right.
That right there, being able to compete against bands and all this other stuff by myself and fill their whole position for cheaper.
Right. Right.
Called business. You gotta level up sometimes. Sometimes leveling up is scaling down.
Yeah.
It's not always getting a bigger band. Sometimes you need to go solo because that way you can actually be competitive in the marketplace
Yeah.
a little bit more with your pricing. But that's a different different thing there.
But you know what he said? Charles said something that was really like a little buzzword, and that's a question I have for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
How do you navigate as a musician with the politics variable? Like, how do you do that for yourself?
For me,
Yeah.
I exit situations that I don't fuck with, plain as day. So if I feel like it's an opportunity where I don't got a fair shake at it,
Right.
where I'm already being judged before I even play a note,
Right.
for real, which I feel like all of us have been in that situation. Like, why am I even here? You show up and you're like, why am I even
Right.
here for real?
Right.
Y'all called me and like I'm wasting my time
Right.
being here for real. I know all of us, but for me now being who I am now, I'm like nah, and I'm not disrespectful for
Yeah.
real. I'm just like, hey, this ain't for me for
Right.
real. You know, I eliminate those type of situations because even if it's a big paycheck, was it really worth it? Like, I just lost mad hair trying to play this gig for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of time, and I know I'm not about to get called back, so it's like, why even, you know, put yourself through that situation?
Yeah. How about you? You want me to?
I mean, I'll answer because you asked the question. But yeah, I mean, in terms of dealing with the politics, I do a few things. I position myself to where I control the politics.
Sure.
That's my biggest thing. Any situation I find myself in that I really want to be in long term, I'm going to usually end up being a music director or somebody in charge. That doesn't just secure my job, that also secures all my friends' jobs. And I'm a big, I don't care what nobody say. This is how the world work, dog. Your friends and your family work. Everybody else.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. You know, I got to make sure my family and my people that help me eat first.
Right.
So by positioning myself, I eliminate a lot of those little politics.
Mm-hmm.
I get, I deal with the people that's putting out the money. I
Yeah.
don't deal with the people that's trying to divvy out money that ain't put it up. I'm
Yeah.
dealing with the people that put up the money, and then from there,
Yeah.
I can control, make sure my boys get paid, when they get paid,
Right.
all that stuff. So it's a lot better to deal with the politics from a standpoint of positioning yourself to control things that you would like to see happen instead of just complaining. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. Well, position yourself to be a leader. Be the artist or be the
Yeah.
name out front or whoever. Be the guy that handles the business,
Yeah.
knows the business, so you don't have to just sit when people do things to you. That's not your only option. Sometimes you do have to walk away from some situations,
Yeah.
but that's a boss though. That's what a boss does all the time. I don't need you. I can walk away
Yeah.
and still be fine. And not only that, but I can walk away and take my boys and they'll be fine because we still gonna eat. I'm still gonna go find more work for us.
Right.
Like, don't think this the last job we about to do. So I'm like, this, no.
Right.
We got more work to come. So,
Yeah.
in terms of the politics, sometimes you absolutely can't get around it. Then you just exit that situation once you find it, not suitable for your work needs or
Right.
or your growth.
Yeah.
You just exit. But, always try to position yourself. Instead of trying, I see people do this a lot when they exit a situation, and I used to do this when I was a child. Throw a temper tantrum. You go online, and you want to curse everybody out.
Yeah.
You want to do the Steve Harvey and knock stuff off the desk as you walking out.
Right. Right.
No, that's not what you do. You just leave.
So
You get the resources you need. Get the resources because other people watching you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you can get hired other places, or you can come back if you ever wanted to. You just want to leave the door. You have always want to leave in open arms. You feel me? Like you
Yeah.
don't want no type of negativity,
Right.
even if the situation didn't. You ain't fuck with it for real.
I mean, I asked the question because, there's a lot of going back to that word, up and coming. Musicians that don't understand how much politics is a part of like just our career. You know what I mean? Our career path, our journey. Like,
Boy.
like people don't really understand the advantages that come with having that. I mean, I guess we do because it's in all forms and aspects of life. But I would say for me, at least with my children decide to, be entrepreneurs and really, I mean, they're gonna have to play politics in any scenario, but I think my main lesson would be with them is to take advantage of every single opportunity because that's your leverage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You take no opportunity for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? When you step in these situations, the best thing that you have in a political kind of situation is having your own, and which is what you were speaking to. Is
Right.
like, I don't walk into any situation dependent upon this situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, have that plan of your own. And I think that's really like, kind of like the plan. I mean, you said it the same way. It's like I got my own plan. I got my own, what is it? Beat.
Yeah.
My own drum.
Man,
know
you're
what
a
man.
man. You got your own. That's
mean,
why.
would
That's
you be
why hard to
surprised?
follow. It's hard to get men to follow you, because they have their own thing
Yeah.
they want to see happen for themselves and their
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no offense. I mean, a lot of times when it comes to certain aspects of business, I like to have females in that capacity. Or I feel like females might be a little bit more suitable than we are, like a secretary. Not saying that they're relegated. Oh my God, here we go.
Right.
I say this the right way. It's just the fact that they're a lot of times more loyal than men will be to you in terms of being that close up under you. Like, man, we'll work with you. I got loyalty in terms of our businesses. Like, we're working our businesses together.
Right.
But it's different than a loyalty sometimes a female will have in that same capacity if that's what she's really into.
Right.
It's just, I mean, if you're a guy, I mean, some people may not understand what I'm saying, but I don't know. Guys just typically have a vision of their own.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? And guys want to be in charge. Like, that's the hardest thing. Is like, once you work to a certain ceiling, you want to go past that. You don't want no ceiling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know too many men that be like, yeah, put me in a box.
Right.
You know.
People in general.
Yeah, people in general. I'm not saying females would like to be put in a box either. But it's especially, you know, with men's aggressiveness and things like that, it's really hard.
Testosterone, if you will.
Yeah, you know, it's by nature, by design, because we have to lead and protect and provide. So that aggressiveness to want to be the best and want to be on top is for survival.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. It's because you need to eat.
It's like you just want to better yourself because, you know, I think for all of us being in a certain situation too long, no matter how good it is, it's always like, damn, if I'm here, like, why can't I fucking
be the best?
Why can't I be like the nigga that's put me here? You feel me?
Right. I mean, I think that, you know, even though we have that natural ability to be like, you know, I want my own thing and I see my own thing, I think the older I get, the more I see these cliche kind of joints to be true, which is like the greatest leaders are also once the greatest servers. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, and it may not mean just working for somebody or being under someone in the chain of command. It like being of service. Like, you know, I got homies. I'm blessed to have homies that don't mind being of service to me. You know what I mean? Like, and vice versa. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, those are things that come back to you once you become a leader. Because now when you're a leader, people are going to respect and be humbled by the fact that you did the same thing, you know what I mean, at a point. Yeah. And you did it well, and you did it with pride, and you did it proud of what you were doing. And now, as a leader, niggas can respect working for you because they know you understand what it feel like to be where they were. Yeah. So it's like, have your own dreams, have your own goals, absolutely. But understand, like, it's a balance. We gotta serve and we gotta lead. We gotta, you know,
well, that's that competition thing, though. Like, that's it. Yeah. Well, my thing is, men typically serve to learn the skills or whatever it is we need to learn how to run the business, and then a lot of guys, if they're really aggressive, they're going to go and start their own business once they have their skills. They're going to go and like, okay, I know how to do it now, bro. As soon as I have a falling out, or it don't even have to be nothing personal. It might be, you know, it's time where you feel like I'm ready.
My way.
Yeah, you know, I got some ideas of my own I would like to put out there.
Especially in 2021.
Yeah, especially in the music world, you know. So you know, certain artists throughout history may have had problems with their side men branching out, starting their own thing. Yeah. But it's like I would expect if I had a band up under me all the time. Generally, I work with other artists like you guys. Mm. But if I had a band under me all the time, I would expect, y'all want
do something.
Yeah, y'all want to be artists too, so maybe you can open up for me and start there. You know, and then I can move from a starting act to a bigger act as I'm, you know, progressing, and then you can move into that slot that I'm moving out of in this same category because you're already playing this same type of music or similar, you know, you might have a similar style, whatever. You know, it's you can't depend if musicians, you ain't learned nothing else from this pandemic. You better not sit there and wait for that tour call. Yeah. If you ain't learned nothing else. Or any call, but especially them way out of town calls all the time. You know, you need to make sure you can support yourself. If that tour go out, you know, you still can support yourself. And that's why I said, you know, be flexible, especially with your business model, so you can be competitive in the marketplace against other bands when you go to other part of competition is the business, you know. When you go compete against other bands. So say theoretically, to hire a band for 2 hours would be $1,400, right? Yeah. If I could come in solo and do all the stuff that I do and give you the same feel as a live band, like same vibe almost, you know, of course you can't replace drums. Even, say you came in as a duo versus a 6-piece. Right. And not only that, but we cut their costs down to $700. We still making over $100 an hour. Right. to do the gig, and they're still paying half as much. Now, say now they can hire us for 2 events now. So now we actually, instead of coming out with, you got 6 people for $1,400 for $350.
Right.
You getting the same amount of money. You just saving the customer money, and then on top of that, you're being more competitive in the marketplace. So it's like now instead of them spending that $1,400 one time, they could get you for twice that amount of time. You make twice the amount of money instead of you just made $700.
And you saved them.
And you saved them.
Yeah.
What, $1,400?
Yeah.
To be exact, to have that band perform twice would have been $2,800.
That's real. Yeah.
So it's like from a business standpoint, musicians sometimes got to think about that. Like, yeah, you don't want to have your prices too low, but you can do things where you offset that for the customer. Yeah.
Right.
And you just got to be creative and skilled enough to do that.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of musicians may never have thought about it like that.
Yeah.
They just think, I got to go with my band. If your band ain't working, boy, you better not stop doing music because no band
Right.
ain't trying to work.
Right.
That's not competitive.
Right.
I'm a competitive person. I'm team competitive all day because, like I said, I also went to Berkeley, too. That's another thing. You go to schools like Berkeley, they rate you.
Yeah.
Like, you could be a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It might be 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But you could be any of them.
And everybody know.
Everybody know because you're in the number 2 ensemble. It's not that nobody make it like, oh, you're number 2, can't play with you. It's not like that. It's just like you don't even have access to the professors and the ensembles you want to do.
Yeah.
Like you want to do Yellow Jackets ensemble, that's not a level 2 ensemble, sir.
Yeah.
You cannot take that.
Right.
So until you get your weight up, or because I'll say that for another topic because that's a deep topic about schools and. We'll get into some other stuff, especially with that. You already know I'm about to go because they don't treat everybody like that.
Wow.
I'm just going to say that. It don't work like that for everybody, but
I came
some
up
special
school hard
cases.
knocks. I came up right in the crib, like crib and church vibes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a different, even at Bowie State, I marched trombone, I couldn't play trombone like the first guys, the guys playing the first part. I'm on third, so put me on third. I was just like, listen, I used to tell them right off the break, give me the third part, listen, give me that. I know my place, sir.
Right.
I'm not saying that the third part is any less more difficult than the first part. It's just, usually the best players are on the first part.
Shit.
It's just.
The niggas in big band, if you playing third trumpet, you taking all the solos.
Yeah, that's true.
You feel me? Like
That's
sometimes there's advantages. You can show you your worth.
Yeah.
If we talking about parts for real.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Playing third.
Yeah, y'all did y'all play in high school, like in the
I
concert band?
I played in concert band, jazz band.
So did they have like a first chair, second chair?
They had all that
Uh-huh.
They had all that shit.
That's the competition.
Crazy thing is I never played in church. I never played in school.
Wow.
No school, anything.
Anything with school is competitive when it comes to students.
Sure.
Like there's a hierarchy, like definitely for sure. And not only that, with Berkeley, they get these little poster people. You know what I'm saying? And, and then they all on the website. They get all the little. Every time Berkeley need a student to go do a newscast or something, whatever when they want to do, they have them do it. Politics. That's what I'm saying. And it's usually the people with the bigger social media followings.
Right.
They got a following before they even came to school. So I'm like, I already had 100,000 followers.
Right. Let's get him.
Yeah, let's hear.
You've been up here for 3 years, crushing it.
Right.
And it was some amazing musicians at Berkeley, boy.
Right.
That didn't get any recognition.
That didn't get the recognition they deserve.
Okay.
Like, from the students know. The students know for sure. Like, there's definitely, when you go to Wiley's, like, you ever go to Boston and you want to check out some of the younger guys or go shed or maybe sit in, go to Wiley's. It'll be all the young, it used to be that way. I don't know if it's that way no more, but you go there, sit in, all the best cats come there. The house band's usually some of the best cats from the school,
Wow.
and they rotate. and it's like Warren Wolf, all them have had nights there. Like a lot of legendary musicians have played at Wally's, dog. Like,
shout out to Warren Wolf.
I remember my boys taking me there.
Yeah.
Talking about competition, I didn't play.
Yeah.
I didn't play.
Why didn't you?
I didn't play that first time. No, I did not, sir. I mean, I played there. Eventually, I did play there, but that first time I was like, no, sir.
Really?
No, sir.
We all been there though.
Definitely
No,
understand.
sir, not tonight. They was like, yeah, everybody come. No,
I'm to
no.
the point now. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, shit. I'm gonna sit in.
Man, I wasn't. You know when you not ready sometimes. Like you and that's the other thing about competition. Competition let you know for sure.
Yeah.
Like the way they sounded. I mean, I didn't play like I play now, dog. No, man, no, I didn't play like I play now. I don't know.
I'm like, yeah, mate.
When I first got there, I was right there at that point of trying to get to the professional.
That next level.
Yeah, everybody just sounded so polished and everything sounded like a tour.
Wow.
Like everybody's ensemble sounded like a tour. And it's like you gotta compete. I was like, yo, they got backing tracks, bro. They got I'm sitting in rehearsals. They got dancers. They got lights. These niggas got fucking graphics. Like, yo, what the hell? This is a fucking college, I guess. But then I had to think about it. They preparing you for the real thing. Like everything is the real thing in Berkeley. Like, and that's what I did like about it. You know, that competition, you know, drives me.
Right.
So I left Bowie State because it wasn't enough competition. I went seeking competition. I can't grow without it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even now, like, I make up competition in my head, bro. You don't have to be competing. You might not even know I exist, but I know you exist.
Right.
And I need to get.
And you're good. That's good that you're good.
That's Michael Jordan.
But guess what?
I took that personally.
Right. I took it personally that you put out a good video, bro.
Right.
I took that personal, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't no hater. Like, I like what you do. But, you know, if we ever go on stage together, I'm going to be prepared.
Right.
You'll never catch me slipping. Like, if you did magically got out of your element one day and was like, nigga, I'm about to come out. Nah, nigga, no, you not today.
Right.
That's your ass
Right.
now. That's your ass now. We was cool. I love what you do, bro. I love what you do afterwards. You know how, like, after the game, good job, bro. Good job, bro. You know, good try, young fella. What Michael Jordan say. Good try, young fella.
Nah, that's true. That's real true. Man.
So, you know, you might even hit me with an Iverson. You might cross me up, but you ain't win that game though.
Right. I mean, that's what it's about.
So let's play another tune, man.
Sweet.
Let's play another tune. Let's do that. I guess can't help it. Oof. James Span. And we're back. So, again, make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share. Y'all follow my man Charlie Wilson on drums. Charlie score underscore, Wilson underscore drums. On drums. On drums. So, almost like Kevin on stage.
Yeah.
But like Wilson on drums.
Exactly.
Why you stealing my man's stuff? Why you can't have nothing no more, man? Damn. No, I'm messing with you, brother.
Right.
And give them your social media again.
So created by underscore infinite.
Spell it out.
So CREATEDBY underscore INFINITE.
Awesome. So, and of course, I'm Reggie Payne Bass on all social media except for on here. You can find me because I am the Bass Negus. I didn't have that name when I started my social media, but we rebranding. So we in there. Don't be afraid to rebrand, people. Every few years, you need to rebrand yourself. Look at your company. Look at your business model, especially as a musician. If what you're doing ain't working, change something up. Yeah. Anything. Do something different. Change your image. Change your name. Change something. Put out more content. Do something.
Yeah.
So, let's get it popping. So, let's start with you. Will. Improvisational music. Why is music, in your opinion, improvisational music not as popular as, say, your normal pop or hip hop stuff that's going to sound the exact same every single time? Why do you think why do you think people why do you think people like that? And we're not just talking about jazz. Let's just make this one distinction. We're not talking about just jazz. We're talking about Latin music. We're talking about Afro-Cuban. We're talking about rock. We're talking about anything that includes improvisation, something where it's going to change every time the listener hears the music live. Right. So there you go.
I mean, I think you kind of hit it on the head right at the end. Like, I think majority of like 2021 or just where we are, everything is about consumer experience. Mm-hmm. And so in going that route, I think that the lay listeners or the actual consumers or the people who buy music, they listen to music specifically for the moment it represents, or the feeling that it represents, and they want to hear that exact same thing. Mm-hmm. Now, versus improvisation or music, that is a language, and I think that's where the distinction is. It's like the music that is like the feeling versus the music that is like the language. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so obviously that means that, you know, everybody don't understand the language, which is why, you know, they don't really find themselves really understanding what exactly is happening when it kind of comes across as a bunch of noise. But us who know the language know that people are really saying something. Mm-hmm. There's stuff being said, like real innovative ideas being, you know what I mean, given in those moments. So I think that is not as popular for that reason. Yeah. You know, simple as, you know, they just don't understand. And I'm sorry if you don't.
No. Yeah, that's their problem. Yeah, so you mean Baby Shark isn't the end of music? I mean, because Baby Shark made a lot of money. So like, somebody explain this to me, why what's going on with the market, you know what I'm saying? Because you got songs like that, they turn that one little song. How many songs are like that? Like, it's amazing how repetitive things tend to sell like that. Like, that's literally.
Yeah, I mean.
You know, but and not just from children, on up to adults. Like, it's like they never get out of the habit of having that repetitive music all the time, from Baby Shark on up to Lil Uzi or whoever, and we're more so speaking. We're not going into lyrics right now. Right. We're talking about the actual music itself. Yeah. So meaning everything that's not lyrics. Right. I don't know how else to explain that, just in case anybody's not clear. Right. But Improvisational music. Go ahead.
So I also feel like even like not lyrics as in what people are saying, but like topics that people are talking about are that's super repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we
for
talking
sure.
about how it's all about repetition. You just keep wanting to hear the same thing over and over again. I think it's a trend in society as a whole. Is like people are taking advantage of everybody's short attention span. For real. People need little hits. They don't need long doses of
Right.
of something. They just need quick hits to give them that feeling. They put them in and out. Like they don't want to be in a moment for too long. And I feel like with improvisational music, for real, it gives you long moments where it make you think. It make you feel uncomfortable, for real, because that's the whole point of it, for real. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable because this person is telling a story without words, for real, or this person is telling a story that you have no idea where he's gonna go with it. So you're like it's like you reading a book. It's like you waiting for or you watching a movie. It's like you just waiting. Like how long do you watch a movie before you cut it off? For real? You know
That's a great question.
How long do you watch a movie before you're like, you know, it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Bro. But at the end of the day, it's like people are waiting to get that hit. You feel me? And sometimes even with improvisational music, you might not get that for it because you don't fuck with the context or the vibe or whatever the case may be. For real, it's harder to, you know, it's a harder thing to like, I guess, or it's like super. It could be super niche at times, for real. So like, especially with that, people are drawn away from it already, for real, just from the jazz that their grandparents was playing. They're like, when I know at least people my age, when you say jazz, they thinking about. You know,
right.
They don't hear the jazz like that we hear or that we play, like this modern style of improvisational music that is in some ways even more friendly than the music they listen to, like that trap jazz stuff that they be trying to come up with, for real. Like that type of stuff is repetitive, but it also has a improvisational element to it, because not all improvisational music is all improvised. Like it's sections. Like some parts are written out. It's somewhat repetitive, but and people, and even that music don't really sell that well. For real. You got your Snarky Puppies and your Ghostos, but it's a zillion bands like that.
Yeah, it really is.
That play killing shit that you don't know about, for real.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I feel like it's a thing of when it comes to improvisational music versus the repetitive music. You got two different things going on here. So like you got on the repetitive side or the pop side. Have you ever been drunken at a party? I don't want to hear no damn improvisation. I would like to hear something I could dance to, something that I don't have to think about, because I'm not really capable of thinking when you lit, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really trying to hear. I don't care what's on, as long as it got enough bass for me to dance and to make everybody else in here dance.
That's very true.
That's all I'm kind of worried about at the time. So like, I mean, I'm glad I've had a chance to going to college and stuff like that. I've gone to a lot of parties and stuff. Because growing up, I grew up in church, so you wasn't none of that. So listen, I didn't even get to go to homecoming dance, for religious reasons.
Right.
But, stuff like that, you go and you experience, and it changes your feel about the music. It's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not meant to make nobody think.
Right.
It's meant to make you move. And and what makes you move the most? A repetitive groove. Like, I'm a bass player, so I understand the repetitiveness a lot. A lot of some of the best bass lines in the world are repetitive.
4-bar phrases.
4-bar phrases, yeah.
Really, two.
Yeah.
And it's just the same thing.
Exactly. So it's like, I got that. I had to learn that. concept of playing repetitively early on just to, you know, do my job.
Yeah.
So,
That's
you
real.
know, I started learning that, like, you know, okay, that's that. But then there's other times when, you know, you want to be on your intellectual side, and then you'll want to be more listening to something like that or classical.
Right.
So there's like different times, I feel like, for both that, and improvisational musician's job is to find out when your time is for your music.
Right.
What occasion do you want your music to be played on? What memories do you want to be made? Because when I hear bum 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 bum, you already in the mood.
Yeah.
And he's like, you already in the mood. So as soon as you hear that, who's that? Incognito. Oh, who is that? I forgot who that is. I think it might be Incognito.
I think it might be Incognito. Yeah.
But you know, that right there is a repetitive jank. But I mean, when you having, you know, when you doing that activity, I don't know what I can say on this platform just yet. But when you doing that activity, are you really trying to be thinking? Are you really trying to be? And he's playing the heck out of this F minor chord.
Yeah.
It's like, if you worrying about that right now, you're worrying about the wrong thing at the time. So it's like some musicians gotta understand when music is appropriate, because I get away with playing improvisational music in front of people, and it makes them sing. So if I start doing so even songs like let me see, get this right. So like even if I decide to improvise over there, after I played that melody twice, by the second time they're gonna be singing it, and then by the third time I can play my solo in peace, and not have to worry about them.
Cause they know what song it is.
They know what song it is. They know what they already like it. They like, oh, that's my song. That's their song because they did something too, or they had a date to it, or something. You know, they was playing it in the car with their girls, and they was drunk that night. It was the best night ever, and that joint came on, and the windows was down, and all their senses were, you know, excited during that moment. That's why they remember that song or have such a strong attachment to it. So if you take a song like that, and improvise over it, you know, it's different than improvising over or just going to straight Autumn Leaves or something like that they don't have an attachment to. Maybe if this was 1950, they would have an attachment to it.
They used to party the big bands.
Right. They, you know, when that music, so it's just about picking the right time and situation to improvise. You can improvise. I feel like you can take anything and improvise over it, and people will like it.
Yeah.
It's just that little piece of information people haven't caught on to. A lot of musicians haven't caught on to.
Right.
You know, pay attention to when you should be doing things. Like, if people are dancing, you know, and you playing bass, it might not be a good time to go into a full-fledged solo, my bad. My God.
Right.
It's not that nobody wants to hear you solo.
Yeah.
It's that you're soloing during the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like, I want to dance. I don't want you to solo. I was eating dinner. You could have soloed then, bro. I was listening. I was enjoying. I was fully engaged. I was enjoying my meal. Now I'm up dancing, and you want to stop the damn groove to prove that you some awesome musician.
For no reason.
For no reason. Play the part.
People would like you more if you just played your part.
Right. Don't.
Talk about reading the room.
Right.
Read the room.
It's very important.
Or like pick your spots, bro. Like,
right.
It's a time and a place to fit in whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll come. You just got a lack of experience.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Timing is everything, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I think the most gifted musicians or creatives are intuitive. You know what I mean? Like, they read the room.
Right.
There's that common sense element we always talk about. It's there. It's the intangibles. You know what I mean? You gotta really. everybody wants to be extremely skilled. And that's dope too. I think that you should.
Yeah.
You should learn everything you possibly can. Fill your hard drive up to the max. You know what I mean? But
then it's like, when am I
but
gonna play this
I
shit?
mean, we all know.
What am I gonna say? When you start your own band, duh.
But it's like
People don't.
we all know those musicians that's literally like some of the most incredible cats we've ever came across, knowing that we've seen some of the best of the best.
Yeah.
But these guys, they're sitting in their basement,
Yeah.
really ready to change the world.
But even
That's the
though-
craziest
but
thing
even
to
though-
me. Like, ready to change the world, but they're not. You know what I mean? They don't have the
Yeah.
intangibles. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
they don't have they have a lack of experience. Cause I know what you mean, bro.
Yeah.
I've put people on gigs where I've seen them play drums. I'm like jaw dropping.
yeah.
I'm like, it's no way you can't do. And then I'll get a call later like, why you hire this motherfucker?
Yeah.
This gig.
Damn.
Cause like you say, they lack the intangibles.
Yeah,
It's like the intangibles go across the board, not just reading a room. It's
Right.
like so much shit as a musician that you don't. That it's just more than just playing.
yeah.
That you
Mhm.
gotta know and be about
Yeah.
for real. Every time for real. And the only way you get that is, through experience and through
Right.
well, some type of guidance, but
Yeah.
usually through experience. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you get fired from your first gig for being late.
Competition.
Right.
Competition.
But you know what? I give y'all.
Oh, you can't even play golf no more. I'm sorry.
Right, right,
I forgot about that.
right.
You can't even play golf.
Well, I give y'all a tip. It's for you younger guys that aspire or whomever aspire to be touring musicians. When we speak about like intangibles, like a lot of people, they'll do it and they'll do it to get to the certain level of what they see touring musicians doing. But they don't understand the aspect that these people that hire you gotta enjoy being around you. Like,
Politics.
you know what I mean? And it's the intangibles as well.
Mhm.
I'll say it's both. It's
Yeah.
politics and because
Mhm.
some guys they'll change. They'll do the chameleon thing
Yeah.
and they'll change who they are to fit in and to finesse their way into a situation. Which anything that's done in the dark is gonna come into the light, family. So be who you are and go where you fit rather than trying to be the wrong puzzle piece in the puzzle. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and if you don't fit in a puzzle, that means you are the puzzle. Everybody got fit to you. You gotta understand everybody not the
Right,
same, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and this
no.
this what I had to learn because I used to think everybody could be a CEO or everybody could own their own business. Everybody can't.
That's a
Like,
good
I'm
one.
sorry, theoretically,
Yeah, that's a good one.
everybody can. But nah, everybody can't, bro. Like, so it's
Yeah.
like some people. But if you are in that category and you can, trying to fit into that whatever shape to be around people that when you are the person that people will change to be around. Like
Yeah.
if you really just step up and be a leader, that's why I said competition for me has bred leadership abilities and of course tough skin and resilience and because even from when I was a child, like I said, I've had adults tell me when I was like 6 or 7 that I was never gonna be good at music.
Wow.
And guess what? They are nowhere near as good as me. Yeah, what's up? Holla at me. You're nowhere near as good as me, and will never be. Like period, smack like that. And but that I don't carry that chip on my shoulder everywhere I go.
Right.
I also understand that while I'm competitive, there's a such thing as friendly competition. Like, I don't need to I can have my morals and I guess I can have, what it is, I can have my pride and all that stuff and still will get where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't think what I'm saying is, oh, you gotta be a jerk to everybody. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
And every situation is not a competition situation. If you're playing in a band, like we're doing now, this is not a competition situation. Like we're actually working together to accomplish an episode.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
there's a difference between that and oh, we're in the middle of a cutting session. Like, competition is good. Like, and competition should be structured. And of course, my best friend was some of my biggest competition growing up.
That's structured competition.
Yeah, we've been friends since I was born in '89. We've been friends since 1990. I've known him my entire life. You know what I'm saying? And we competed a lot when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? But we also used each other, sharpened each other's tools. We shared it. We go to church. Of course, they let him play, not let me play. And that's why we was always best friends. His grandfather let me come over the house, and I could play over there with him. So, and you know, he was one of the pastors at the church.
That's dope.
So you get situations like that, but that was me, my chance. I could have easily said, like, I'm going to quit music. Oh, I don't want to have to compete against all these guys. They all family. Right. It's just so, they're never going to let me play no matter how good I am. Like, they're never going to let me play. Oh, no. Yeah. Like, dog, you're never going to stop me. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care. At the time, I wasn't even old enough to realize there's other churches. It's other churches. I'm just like, yo, y'all gonna let me play here.
But that's here. As a little kid, especially being denied like that.
Listen, I came up in a church where it was 2 keyboards in front of me, had a full band.
Yeah.
I actually went to like a pretty decent sized church. My mentor, who actually kind of put the battery in my back as far as being a musician, Devon Allison, incredible musician out of New Jersey.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Devon Allison. Another one, my homie Will Woods. But right.
Shout out.
So Devon Allison was always like the number 1 guy. And then Devon, if he felt nice, if he wanted to let somebody play, Will was like the next one up. Not me though, the guy Will Woods. And then it was like if Will felt nice enough, he'll give it to Little Will. Like Little Will, you know what I mean? Like, so you know what I mean? Like going to church on Sunday and then like waiting to play and see if you're gonna play this week, or them big Sundays or whatever, and think you're gonna hop on for a second and they don't. Sent my ass home up all night. You know what I mean?
Wish a nigga wouldn't show up for Easter service, boy. I'm right up there, bro.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong; those guys are most supportive cats. You know what I mean? When it comes to me, you know what I mean? But healthy competition, like without it. You know what I mean? Like, where would we really be? Like, especially being able to speak at the level that we speak at. You know what I mean? So
it was an experience. You know, going to Berkeley, like I said, that when I first got there, like I said, it wasn't super amazing. I was very technically sound.
Yeah. But
I didn't know where to play stuff. I didn't know when to play stuff. When this is a good time to do this, that. So that's stuff I had to learn. I was brand new to jazz.
Right.
Like, I only had been playing jazz maybe 2 years. Like, my 10th, let's see, when I meet Brian. And shout out to my boy, Brian Forehand. He's actually one of the people that got me heavy into jazz.
Shout out to Brian, he's incredible.
Yeah, Brian, crazy sax player. I probably have him on at some point. But, yeah, he got me hip to a lot of jazz, so, but that was only like 2 years before I was going to Berkeley.
Right.
And like, I'm going to get up here. These kids been to Grammy camp. And that's when I learned competition ain't fair. It ain't fair, bro. Like, your skills have to compensate for everything if you don't have certain things. Like, these kids been to Grammy camp. They studied under this one. They studied under that one. They ain't been this place. They been touring already. They already, damn, this nigga got a resume. He ain't number 16. What the hell? How the hell you even in Berkeley? You 16. What the fuck? What the hell's going on? Like, you know, that's when you started, man. Competition ain't fair, bro.
Right.
You could step up or you get left behind, but ain't nobody obligated to chop off part of their leg so they're the same height as you.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's obligated to do that.
That's so good for everybody who's listening, for sure.
Yeah, so, you know, if somebody's 6'8" and you 6 even, I mean, you got to guard them. I mean, good luck. Good luck. All right, let's play number 2, yo. What y'all want to play, man? Let me see what I got. I got a couple tunes written down here. I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see what we got.
Eesh. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, guys. We're going to be doing this every Monday at 8 p.m. I'm going to put it on the schedule there so you guys will see it. But we'll be doing this every Monday at 8 p.m. The Cutting Session podcast has begun. Let's go.
You want to do like Red Clay or something like that?
Oh, sure.
Well,
Sure.
you want to head to it?
Not off the top of my head.
All right. But it's about
Let me see. I always keep song lists around. That's all right.
Herbie. We can always go butterflies. That's quick too.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay.
Something we do this.
It's on you. You start them off. All right, guys. So that's it for the first episode of the Cutting Session Podcast, guys. Yeah. So, again, you guys will be able to catch us next week, next Monday, at 8 o'clock. Same time, same place. And we'll have some more information for you guys, some more discussion. Let us know what you guys think in the comments about anything that we discussed or any new topics you'd like to see us discuss or any tunes you'd like to see us potentially cover, because we're going to be playing plenty for you guys. And so I want to always keep fresh material, whether it be topics or songs. So send me any suggestions, leave them in the comments. And as usual, I'm the Bass Negus, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace. Hit that bounce for me. Just clap it.